Hello, welcome to Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead. And today is Monday, February 22nd of 2021. And I just want to share with you what my seedlings look like 5 weeks after germination. And as you can see here, the brassicas are doing really well, and they're growing quite nicely. I've also started thyme and dill, oregano, basil, peppers, and eggplant. The peppers seem to be growing quite slowly, but they're growing. The other things are doing pretty well. I also have some Shasta Daisies, and I'll climb up here where I can try to reach up here to show you. The Shasta Daisies are doing just fine. And as I've stated, I have my dill here, my Texas Star Hibiscus, and the eggplants, they're doing just fine. Have a whole tray of those here. And then here I have my oregano, and I have basil there in the back. More collards here. I have some strawberries that have not come up just yet, but as you can see here, the collards look pretty healthy. And I am going to start the process of hardening off this week because we're expecting temperatures in the 50s, and I'm in growing zone 7A, Tennessee. On this shelf here, I have more peppers, and I have a variety of peppers. I have cayenne, habanero, jalapeno peppers, and then I have the red, orange, yellow, and the green bell as well. On this bottom shelf here, I have some sugar cane that I have been trying to get to root. I started these off when Lead Former 73 did his sugar cane propagating, but nonetheless I haven't seen any growth as of yet. And here are some fig cuttings that I took that have not rooted as of yet either. But I'm going to hold on to these just a little longer, try to be patient to see if anything will happen. Over here I have more of my peppers. Trying to hold on to my peppers. This is my first year trying to bring peppers in and overwintering them to place back in the garden in the spring. And over here you see my lemon and lime tree combined. It's doing quite well, and as you can see, little small lemons on there. This is my Mexican Petunia, and as you can see, it has rooted. Just waiting for the spring to put them in containers because they can be a very invasive plant. So far I've only been keeping them in containers where I can contain it. And here are my pomegranate seeds that I grew. And some of them are leaning over because they were watered recently. And on this shelf down here, I purchased some Jersey Giant asparagus and some quinoa strawberries, and just waiting to see if anything will come up as of yet. And more peppers here, and more citrus as well. These are my lemon trees, and also I have the what are they called? Can't remember the name, but they're in the citrus family. And another lemon tree here as well. And we have had snow on the ground for 8 days, and it is just now starting to melt. We're supposed to have some rain later on today, which will help melt the ice. And then, as I've stated, we're expecting temperatures in the 50s. And so I'll start the hardening off process by taking my brassicas first and allowing them to be outside on the first day for 1 hour. And then the second day, I'll bring them out for 2 hours and place them back into the greenhouse. The third day, they'll stay out for 3 hours and be brought back to the greenhouse. And then on the fourth day, and so on until the seventh day. And then on the seventh day, I'll go on and place them in the garden from that point on. But now I'll take you inside so that you can see what I have growing under shop lights, and I have some things that are growing under a grow light inside. And recently started my tomato seeds, and some of them have also germinated, and I have gone on and placed them as well under shop lights. So let's go inside. Here I have my spinach that germinated 2 days ago. These were the last things that I started that have come up, and this is only 2 days growth. But I have them under a grow light, and this is the light that you can buy from Lowe's or Walmart. I think I paid like $27 or $28 for it. But as you can see, it only expands across a tray size, as you can see here. So in essence, you can only use like one tray under this type of light, which is why I prefer the shop lights, because they are at least 4 feet long. And I could cover more plants under a shop light, and they're less expensive. Okay, here I have my tomato plants that germinated within the last 3 to 4 days. And of course, this is new. I've started my seeds for tomatoes. I have beefsteak, Roma, homesteader, mortgage lifter, money maker tomatoes. Over here I have my kale, and these are 2 to 3 weeks old from germination. In the back I have more peppers that are 2 to 3 weeks old, and behind the tomatoes here are my celery plants that are also 2 to 3 weeks old. And of course the celery and the peppers, they grow very slow. As soon as I have space in the greenhouse, I'll be transporting more of these seedlings to the greenhouse. And this is what it looks like on the bottom, where I have 3 shop lights and all of the transplants under the shop lights. And on top of the table, I have 3 additional shop lights. And as you can see, the Swiss chard is about 2 to 3 weeks old. And over here I have more spinach and Swiss chard, oregano and basil. And these can possibly go to the greenhouse now, but I just need to make space. Over here I have my kale, And there's parsley there in the back. And I do my seedlings in stages. And so basically what I have done is started seeds according to how soon they'll be transplanted into the garden. And for those things that take a long time, I also started them early so that they'll be ready at the time that they need to go into the garden. And so now I won't be sowing any more seeds for my garden. The next set of seeds that I will be starting will be to sell as transplants at the farmer's market. And everything else that I have will be sown directly into the ground, such as my mustard green seeds, turnip green seeds, green beans. All of those things will go directly into the ground once the temperature has warmed up, because those germinate so easily. It just makes more sense to me for them to just be sown directly into the ground or your garden bed or containers. Thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. God bless. Bye-bye.